He basically was doing everything as a father to our kids. Working 2 jobs. Real strong. Motivator. He literally was everything in our house.
He was really independent. He liked to take care of the family. He worked 2 jobs, helped around the house cooking. He played piano for our church too.
The only thing that I noticed was when he was playing our songs. The first thing he did, he was just move his hands away from the piano. Then he was just shaking and then put his hands back on. Still the same. Then when we came home, I said, "What's going on?" That's when he was telling me he don't know what it is.
ALS is a neurodegenerative disease that causes progressive weakness. It can cause problems with swallowing, eating and speaking, trouble breathing. They lose the ability to hold things. They lose the ability to communicate, walk. The average patient with ALS has a life expectancy that could be 2 to 4 years or less. They progress often rapidly, and there's a lot of change that occurs over sometimes a short amount of time.
John was active. He's an athlete. He's a provider in the community, a physical therapist. We were always, skiing, biking, running, canoe paddling, always at the beach and just enjoying regular daily life.
I was paddling in Fiji when I noticed something wrong with my right hand, and as a therapist I knew instantly what was wrong. It's one thing to suspect and another to actually hear it. It was devastating. How is it that a physical therapist ends up being diagnosed with one of the deadliest and debilitating neurological diseases?
ALS doesn't only just affect one person, it affects all the family and even the community around them.
Now that he's diagnosed with this, we don't really go anywhere. Our kids, they don't want to have fun while the dad is suffering.
Before, my priorities would have been to go outside, play, hang out with my friends. But now it's to help my family and watch my siblings and help my mom them.
It's really hard. It's financial, physical, emotional. We only have one income coming in. I had to quit my job for 14 years to care for my husband.
Often the spouse has to do everything. They have to worry about care for their loved one, oftentimes 24 hours a day. They have to worry about how to run the house, and it's overwhelming. The stress can cause illness, and we've had caregivers die of brain bleeds, of strokes, heart attacks, and cancer.
Just trying to stay strong, raising 4 kids, taking care of my husband. All I want to do is just stay by him. He was always my go-to person with everything that I want, anything that I need. Seeing my husband like that, it breaks my heart.
I cannot do anything to help my family, nor do things a father would love to do for their kids. I miss being myself.
We don't have a cure for ALS right now. It's emotionally difficult, and it's always been the single hardest group of patients to ever have to work with to help them cope with their disease.
Here in Hawaii, the medical professionals often didn't understand ALS because it's rare, and so there is a huge deficit here for service.
For the patients who aren't receiving high-quality care with ALS, their lifespan may be shorter, but more importantly, the quality of their life may not be as good.
If there was knowledge about ALS, people could last a much longer time to get closure in life or to see their children graduate. Timing is so important in this disease. As soon as I saw what wasn't there, I felt like I had to rush because people's lives were at stake and people were dying quickly and their families were suffering.
The way their disease progresses so rapidly, it's different than a lot of other diseases. And really, to provide the adequate level of care for these patients, it has to be multidisciplinary.
We needed medical professionals with the latest knowledge and equipment. Dr. DeVere was interested in developing an ALS clinic, and Kaiser Permanente supported him because it's the right thing to do. The outcome for having this ALS clinic has been incredible. Studies show that patients live 9 months longer when they're involved in a good ALS clinic.
We already knew that, life expectancy after being diagnosed is 3 to 5 years. We take advantage of every second of the day, and we never take anything for granted. Thanks to the ALS clinic, we have a team of doctors that is always on our side, and we have a plan. We're always gonna fight this disease together and not alone.
The more we share, the better we are. The more educated, more knowledgeable we are, and the more we share with others, the more we can point to the direction of better care. Kaiser Permanente demonstrated the importance of community by not only starting the ALS clinic, but having the ALS symposium. It's very important for people in the bigger community to know about ALS so that our friends who have ALS get the best care and don't have to go through what they did before. I'm very grateful and relieved that Dr. DeVere and Kaiser Permanente put the clinic together in the ALS symposium because it has made such a difference in each individual's life.
Dr. DeVere is a great advocate for us. He allows us to make decisions and participate in our care, which is huge, being that most of us have lost control in our lives.
I don't know how to measure the quality of life you've given so many families here in Hawaii because of this clinic.
Without them, I wouldn't be able to give my husband the care that he needs. Dr. DeVere is like a family to us now. I love him.
Dr. DeVere is my hero because he has made so many lives much better and given them quality and hope.